You would like to know how to acquire the best final expense leads on the planet. Well, you found the right video. We're going to go into how you look upon a lead, how you can maybe be a little bit more focused, and hopefully mitigate some failure because a good final expense lead is the lifeblood of the industry, but you've got to know how to acquire the best one. If not, you'll get beat up and you may say the leads don't work. So, my name's Jason, first off. I'm your friend in the industry, and I'm so blessed to have been part of this industry for over 20 plus years, 2 plus decades, and we recruit and partner with amazing agents as well as agencies that align here nationally to sell life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly in the telespace. So free resources for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I hope this video is just what you needed when it comes to final expense Facebook leads. And feel free to subscribe and have the notification bell on, and we're going to dive right into it. So, number one, the most important thing is your mindset. How do you look upon a lead when you get one? And your mindset has to be positive and powerful. It can't have this negative mindset because you're not going to get anything good, even with the best final expense Facebook leads or final expense SEO leads in your possession. If you look at something poorly, your client can feel you before you find that client even picks up the phone with you. So what you put in your mind is important to what's going to come out of your mouth and giving you a chance of making money. We can't have commission breath. We've got to be one that is a problem solver, not this like pushy insurance agent like sometimes we're painted in this industry. So be in a good mental mindset before you even make a lead purchase. But a lead is a great opportunity to have a powerful conversation with a person on the other end of the phone. A lead is not a sale, a sale, a sale, a sale. A brand new insurance agent a lot of times will buy maybe 50 to 100 leads, and you think you got 50 to 100 sales. No, nothing can be farther from the truth. So I want to make sure I dispel that myth about making the money in final expense insurance sales. It's about having the leads that are necessary and needed to hopefully make somebody's life better on the end of that phone. But 100 leads is not 100 sales. So make sure you got that right in the mind. Now, a lead is one that needs to be exclusive. Just like you and your relationships, you want an exclusive relationship with your spouse or with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, right or wrong. Well, with a lead, you want to make sure if you acquire leads that they're exclusive to you and to you alone. You don't want everybody else riding that lead like the village bicycle. Come on, right? And some of these lead vendors are notorious for sharing leads, selling leads. Sometimes even leads with CRM companies will sell secondary market leads. Be cautious here. Make sure that the lead that you acquire is an exclusive lead. I personally like leads direct to me. I don't want anyone else having access to them. That's why if you work for an IMO or an FMO, okay, field marketing organization, you should probably use your own CRM that's separate from the leads entirely, because a lot of these CRMs out there are just go high level, meaning that someone's got the key to get in there and look at everything. A lot of organizations will give you their CRM because then they can know how many calls you made, what you did. And I'm not saying that's the worst thing on the planet, but it could be used in a way that's not great, if that makes sense to you. Making sense here to you, I hope? Put it in the comments below if it does. But I want to be able to take control of my business, meaning I get the lead's mine. No one else has access to those digits because that lead is something that could make money in the secondary market if someone was trying to resell that lead. So make sure that you've got an exclusive lead first and foremost, and then make sure that this lead provider has been in business for a lot of years, and more importantly, that other agents like our work family have had agents that have experienced success with that very lead vendor. Now, does that guarantee your success? Of course not. This is a performance-based business, and you're going to get paid what you're worth, and there's no guarantee. That's the beautiful thing about the insurance industry. You're a 1099. You can take your career to the next level, but you can also lose your lunch when you buy your leads. And then sometimes, man, didn't make a single sale today or this week. You can't stop working your leads. If you don't work your leads, the leads will never work out good for you. So action is important. You can't make one or two phone calls with any exclusive final expense lead and expect to have big levels of success. That's a lie from the pits, and a lot of people swallow it. So be careful about thinking that it's just a one phone call and we're done environment, or that everybody's going to pick up if I have 100 leads. That's not the truth. But an exclusive lead needs to be yours and yours alone. It needs to be from a lead vendor, the company that does not sell these leads in the secondary market. You want to make sure that they're yours and nobody else's. Now, you want to make sure that that lead's got opt-in permission, meaning you can text or call and you have authority and permission to do that so that you are in compliance. Compliance is a big deal, and you want to make sure that this lead vendor truly has your name and your number even on that lead so that it's a single consent to you. You don't want everybody else touching it. Just like in a relationship, you want that relationship with you and your spouse, you and your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? You don't want everybody else involved, right? You with your leads need to be looking at it the same way. So, number one, make sure it's exclusive in the relationship because you're buying it. Make sure that that lead is only yours. Number two, make sure they got opt in permission and consent so that you can make those phone calls and good to go. All right. But then make sure that is this an SEO lead? Or is this a Google lead? Or is this a Facebook lead? Don't touch telemarketed leads, whatever you do. Don't touch telemarketed leads these days. Most of them are done by overseas call centers. They're not abiding by DNC laws, and they'll get you in a lot of trouble. It's not worth it. So use a lead that's either Google or banner or SEO type leads or a final expense Facebook lead that has your name or even your picture in the ad. This can accelerate your transparent conversation with the client. So now that you have a good exclusive lead, we need to work these leads. And when a conversation maybe doesn't go great, and that happens, you've got to look in your mirror and go, was it me? Or was it just the fact that I need to go through some more leads to make the magic happen? Sometimes it's me. Did I have the coffee that I needed to have today? Do I have a good attitude? No different than you got Grumpy Gus, okay, or Grumpy Gertrude walking by and nobody wants to get near that person, if you know what I'm saying. Nothing against you if your name's Gus or Gertrude. But I'm just saying there's some people, you see them walking by and they're like leaning on a dill pickle. How's it going? You don't want to be near that person. Make sure that person's not you because you can't let one conversation influence how you are going to handle the next person that picks up the phone. We've got to have a positive mindset so that the next person that we get a hold of, we can have a great time with. You've got to be exclusively focused on your exclusive leads if you want the chance of getting paid and writing policies with final expense telesales or even face to face. Now, if you are bringing the best of yourself to every call, if you're bringing the best of yourself when every lead picks up the phone call, understand 100 leads isn't 100 sales. It's hopefully a chance to have some great conversations, but we've got to take our time. Just like a beautiful date involves us taking a beautiful focus to the person on the other side of the phone, or a beautiful date if you're face to face at a restaurant. You got to really be focused on who's across the table from you. No distractions. It can go really well, but you know what, a lot of times exclusive leads go really wrong when I'm sitting here playing on my phone or getting distracted by this or that. The client can feel it, not maybe what the words are saying, but how you portray yourself across that phone line is everything. So you've got to be powerfully focused on the first person that picks up and the second person that picks up and the third and fourth and 10th. But when our focus is right, sometimes we're robbed of belief because a person says, okay, that's great. I'm not going to buy from you today. We can't let this impact our next powerful conversation because that next one may want what you've got. And that's a tough thing to swallow with exclusive final expense leads. The best lead on the planet doesn't guarantee you a sale. And that's tough to swallow some days. We've got to bring everything across that phone and know that, you know what, we've got to have a volume of leads, exclusive leads that are ours and ours alone. We got to make sure that the company isn't selling them in the secondary market. Make sure that there's no CRM that has access, like a back door, to what's taking place over that phone. That's why it's so important to have your leads separate from your company's CRM, depending where you work. Make sure that they're yours and yours alone, and then give everything that you have to these great folks. But good leads abound. The quality, of course, can be a little different. A Google banner, SEO type lead can sometimes have a little lower buyer intent than maybe a long form final expense Facebook lead where they're really typing a lot of things. But even if you have a high-end exclusive final expense Facebook lead where they write down their favorite hobby and their dog's name is Barky and Sparky and they got 2 cats and I want $100,000, and the more data points doesn't mean you're going to make more dollars. just means you got a great conversation. So don't ever paint a lead like it's a lot of policies. Look at it like it's a lot of conversations. Slow down, take your time so that you don't get taken out of an industry that really makes a lot of insurance agents statistics. Your mental energy is so important to your engagements, but don't paint the leads like, oh, wow, because there's a lot of data points, I can take shortcuts. That's going to slay you. And I want you to be a success story. So when you get a lead, take your time, get to know them and get to know what they want so that you can dispel the myth of so many pushy insurance agents that have come before you so that you can sell policies and hopefully really like exclusive leads. But SEO leads and Google leads, a lot of those, sometimes you need a little bit more maybe than you would to close a final expense Facebook lead that's really exclusive and maybe has some extra points, but they're all great conversations that can equate to some really good conversions. If you're sharp, you're going to find hopefully more success. If you're one that's a little sloppy, you're probably going to say these leads are bad instead of looking in the mirror and go, you know what? Some days it's me. So bring the magic. Know that when you're coming across the phone with leads, any lead that you can compliantly and ethically call is great for you. But we've got to engage with everything. And when a bad call happens, don't let that influence the next conversation that you get to have, because that very well may be your conversion. And there's magic in the margins. And if we make little mistakes, we can either repel success at times or we can attract it by how we operate. So we're not going to be a gloomy Gus or a gloomy Gertrude over that phone. We've got to stay positive in the middle of pain, because final expense telesales leads can really frustrate you at times because you're going to get told, I'm too busy. I never did this. Nobody filled anything out. Don't buy what you're being sold sometimes. You've got to be ready for that objection in a way that's not salesy, in a way that is articulate, so you can get over that and continue the conversation. And once again, hopefully give you the conversion that you need. If you need good lead vendors, whether you're a face-to-face insurance agent, maybe you want to look at some direct mail. There's some great lead vendors for that. Maybe you need a good walk list. What you say matters when you make it to that door. Feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. We can assist you with maybe some good lead vendors or some good options to help you in your career, because if you can help them, you know what? That's the most magical thing on the planet. But leads are nothing but a great conversation, and high quality exclusive leads are very important to your success. I hope this video helps you. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon, my friends.